Allison, I'm going to begin looking over the buttery blackmail to ensure we have these two podcasters by the balls. I'll be watching the pilot episode as well. Do our satanic rulers proud.
Will do, sir. The season of the Gong pilot episode coming right up. I can't wait to see my buttery biscuits.
Allison, you need to calm yourself. I'm sincerely worried you're proving incapable of controlling your emotions on this mission. You have a lot to prove still.
Of course, sir. I'll turn down the heat on this internal oven and get to work with a more fox-like focus.
As you were, Allison. I'll be lurking in the shadows.
Right. Okay then, the following production is brought to you by Digital Dojo Productions, in association with Long Gong Silver Productions and music by Biscuit Records. And in collaboration, we present to you the Season of the Gong, featuring the alphabet soup wheel that bears no association with Campbell's condensed chicken alphabet soup, as the spelling is clearly different and therefore exists as an independent entity of its own. Anyway, on with the show, and here are your hosts, Booma and the butter, Biscuits.
Wow.
What's up, everyone? Welcome. And then guess who's back? Guess who's finally back? Biscuits! Double gong, motherfucker! Ah, the double gong!
Man, that was quite an intro.
Yeah, man, I wanted something special. As everybody knows by now from the title and the videos that have been put out, the intro, and then the one leading up to this is season 2 of what was the Digital Dojo variety show, yo. This is the season of the Gong. And it would appear that something's going on with the old Allison, the silver fox, if you will.
Man, it's funny. I was looking at Substack the other day, and I rarely see anything on there that's funny, but somebody posted something. Some guy responded and was like, if it wasn't for honeypots, I wouldn't have gotten laid at all in the last 10 years. So I'm fine.
You're cool. He was cool getting honeypotted, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, I guess if you know the kung fu, you can survive it without much trouble, But I mean, they do send them, man. It's crazy. I mean, I won't get into it. But,
Right.
I mean, I don't think that I'm like, I feel like I'm decent, I'm decently attractive guy or whatever. But I mean, when somebody that you've never encountered before in your life comes across a giant crowded building, with lots of people, like a shark coming through the water to just sit down next to you and start talking to you. It's for me, I'm like 0% chance this individual is not some sort of CIA or whatever. But I mean, if you Google in your hometown, HUMINT, HUMINT targeting specialist career, and I'm telling you, that's what you will have. Oh my God.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you here, buddy. Yep, you're a good one. CIA, I love it.
Well, you're not. Are you in the CIA? Can you confirm or deny that?
I mean, if you were to listen to Mike Gill, that I am Flynn Network CIA, that I work with Michelle Moore, and that I have duped everyone, and I guess I don't really live with family and have any of the backstory. Apparently, I'm just CIA, and I'm straight up like the tip of the spear, and I might be what leads to the opening of the Pandora's box now.
Well, I will say, I mean, of course, you can never really know about anybody, but I'll be disappointed and very surprised if it turns out you're a Fed. But
well, he says that we're all going to get arrested here soon, so it'll be funny, Mike, when that doesn't happen, and then see what happens, because you really only have Stacy left to make a bad guy out of.
Well, I don't want to get in between it. I've always liked Mike, and I like you, and I don't think that either one of you are necessarily compromised, but anything's possible. I mean, I didn't think Allison was a CIA honeypot either. I thought she was a I thought she was just an AI narration, but it turns out things are sometimes more complicated than they seem, I guess. But
I guess they are, but I'd like to say, fuck that Allison. I mean, I would just like to say that I like and appreciate all the work that Allison has done in order to make the season of the Gong what it is today.
the CIA is on the button, is what you're saying. Wow. Unbelievable.
Oh man, dude, it's so much fun. I must be in the CIA with Allison.
Well, anyway, like I said, I don't want to get in between y'all, but it seems like, it's a
I
frustrating.
don't want to get you sucked into Mike Gill's narrative. It is a special occasion, though, that Mike Gill showed up in the live chat. That is very strange. Maybe you're a little scared, Mike, because I've basically exposed everything, and we're not here to do that. We're going to have some fun. We're going to explain what the season of the Gong's all about. I see a lot of our regulars here. There's Rachi, Sal Lyon, we got Stack Brawley, Carl and Hanny in the house, Ron's in the house. Yes, we need a little bit more of, since it is the season of the... We're gonna rock that. Hey, you girl, Sean Elmer, what's up? I did see Sabrina in here a little earlier. Kathy, HMD71, what is happening? Ophelia, we appreciate you all. And is it not exciting? What's up, Shelly? Is it not exciting? And Margaret, of course, to have the Biscuits back. Biscuits, we miss you. So many people have been asking, where's the Biscuits? Where's the Biscuits?
Yeah, well,
Motherfucker, I told you I'd go live with you, bitch. Don't act like I'm not. I'd fucking go live, but this is Biscuit time. Go fuck yourself right now, Mike.
Oh, my.
Anyways, I don't want to get into this, but...
Everybody take a breath. It's all right.
Yep, it's all good.
There's nothing, I mean, what is there really to fight about, I mean, I think... Mike did some great work, and he does, and his position is reasonable. And I wish that there was a mechanism to make the legal system work at that level. But I mean, the shit that he's exposed is just too. I mean, it just hollows out the whole thing. I mean, it's inevitably going to be paralyzed.
It will be.
It's treason. It's treason, dude. That's the thing you got to remember. Like. It's easy to get frustrated about all of this shit, but every crime that's going on at the level that Mike Gill has exposed, at the level that both of us have independently addressed and exposed and been in court and fought in court over, because, I mean, that's the truth. All of it is derivative of treason, or it's treason itself. And so, I mean... If justice really landed on this country and covered it like a wet blanket, there'd be a lot of people that would have to be hanged, and there'd be a lot of systems that would just implode. So, I mean, like, this is like it's a war of attrition, an information and psychological war of attrition. And so, like, if you're fighting in it, you're fucking probably going to get old in it. And you're probably going to be fighting the whole time. I mean, that's what I've learned. Like, nobody, I don't think, is going to pull the rug out from under anything, even if they're the good guys. So that's my opinion on it. And I just, I don't want to be caught in the middle of a fight between two guys that I respect. That's my point.
Right. And I got to see the side of you, Mike, that was a good guy. We had great conversation. And then just because I question you, then you gotta cry about it and then create a new narrative just because you don't have anything but the same fucking bullshit to just repeat over and over again. And you're falling for AI slop, Mike. I don't know what you and Stacey got going on over there, but I think you're falling for traps, and I think you're using AI to create narratives for you, and I think it's just sad, and I think you need to get your shit together. And I think some of the stuff that you pushed in the past is stupid too.
I fell for some AI slop the other day on YouTube. It was like a video of some lady that had rescued a baby beaver. And then, like a short, and by halfway through it, I was like, man, these ain't even the same beavers or ladies in this video. Like, this is just another one of those compilations of AI slop. It was trash, man.
Yeah,
So anyway,
there's a lot.
Let's move
You
on,
can
I suggest.
you can create a lot of things with AI and navigate it to say what you want it to say. Unfortunately, and it's getting a lot of people caught up in stupid shit on X that I've seen. And this was not the mic or anything. I've just seen a lot of it already, and it's just like I've even seen it when I've tried to do research and the way that it says things, and then you challenge it, and it'll change its fucking tune. And it's like, I guess
Well,
that's the way it works.
Do you remember when we were talking about Hunter Biden's laptop? And how when I found Hunter Biden's laptop was available online and downloaded it, I looked through it in the emails specifically and found an email that was to Hunter Biden that had a bunch of cell phone numbers in it from, people in DC. I mean, I think like Loretta Lynch was on there. There was a bunch of like big name people on there. So I started calling these cell phone numbers, not because I wanted to talk to people, but because I was trying to confirm whether the contents of that, what I was, had acquired and what appeared to be Hunter Biden's laptop based on the contents of the files and the emails, et cetera, et cetera. But the veracity of the content is what I was trying to evaluate, confirm, validate, I guess you would say, for that specific reason. Because if you think about all of the like millions of calculations and decisions that go into the generation of fake video with an AI program.
Move your mic up just a little bit, bro. I can't hear you.
How many millions of calculations and decisions would it take to generate a fake dossier or a fake laptop? You know what I mean? I think that, in absolute value, the amount of work and the complexity of creating a fake video versus creating a fake dossier, a video is probably easier, but I mean, a dossier is not out of the question, I mean, if they're faking TV shows, they're faking people's appearances, they're faking entire, worldwide events. I mean,
yeah,
it's like
I saw this. I mean, it's getting into the hands of more people. They've always had this, but I saw a video with this like, I don't know what nationality he was, but he had darker skin, darker hair, or whatever. Obviously, looked nothing like this blonde woman that he had on the screen, and it was kind of like where you could put yourself down in the bottom corner or whatever. And while he was talking and moving, she was fucking doing everything that he did in real time and looked so fucking real. It was crazy. It's full videos. It's full books. It's full articles on Substacks. It's full bots in chats. It's freaking crazy.
We're stepping on the toes of some of the things that are on the wheel tonight anyway. So we should
we should get to the wheel. Enjoy the show, Mike. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I respect you, Mike. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, don't
take a breath and relax. We're just going to be
throw any
bullshit.
hate to the Biscuits. We're bringing them back. This is the season of the Gong. Let's get some of this. So, as you saw a little bit in like the intro and like the videos leading up to this, the wheel has become a little different. We're trying to mix things up. All credit to the Biscuits for this new wheel, and we'll explain some of this stuff. We want to get people even maybe more involved, and so what I wanted to throw out there also. So if like say you want to, so we'll show you guys as it goes, and I'm gonna learn as we go a little bit too, because Biscuits has kind of created this and we play with it a little bit, but it's gonna be a little bit of learning curve for me as well. But if people want to get more involved, like say people that are already like subscribing monthly and stuff like that, you'll be able to pick like certain topics. So let's spin this wheel. Let's work it a little bit and discuss like how more people can like get more directly involved, and especially the ones that I want to appreciate that have been supportive of this channel. But are you ready for the first spin of this new alphabet soup wheel?
Let me
you want to explain some things?
Yeah, if you don't
mind. Let's do it.
So, we were talking about, we do talk about, Dorian and I from time to time, like a lot of the, that's you, not me. Yeah. The challenges
I don't know how to bring you up, so it's like you.
It doesn't
right
matter.
there.
It doesn't matter.
Oh no, you're so small.
Oh,
Just
so
go ahead,
small.
talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, you know, primarily, like I don't like editing all those videos. Like I put a lot of time and effort into all those videos from the last time, and it's like it's not a very efficient utilization of all of the content that we have. And I think maybe it's a little bit overwhelming. Plus, we don't get to talk so much, and it runs so long. So I started to think, like, what's more universal, and you know, how can we get into things deeper? And fundamentally, language is like the most important tool that we all have. I mean, it's the weapon that we're trying to utilize right now. That, you know, I mean, we can weaponize language against each other. We can, you know, band together and weaponize language against our enemies. We can just use language to build bridges with people, to solve problems without violence. I mean, it
Yeah.
is the greatest and most fundamental tool that has always been with, you know, modern man. And it's so revered that in certain combinations of words, it's considered the word of God. So it's annoying to read Mike spazzing out in the chat while I'm trying to talk, honestly.
I know. I
So
don't want to
rude.
block him so that he doesn't say that I blocked him.
Well,
But
anyway,
you're
it
being
just
a
caught
little
my eye.
bitch. But anyways, so what we have here, let me pull this back up so that we can take just a look at the wheel. You have, so every letter of the alphabet's on this one.
Well,
We-
so here's the fundamental thing. I don't want to get derailed by this feud.
Sure.
The thing that, so in considering that language is so important, and in considering that a show like yours, I mean, right now you have a gentleman that's accusing you of being affiliated with an intelligence agency, which would mean, of course, that you're getting paid by an intelligence agency, and that's not uncommon. I mean, I think I was on. Well, I wasn't on, but I was watching and chatting when. Just block him, dude. It's a fucking child. It's pathetic now. Just block him. Can we move on?
Hey,
with this
Biscuits called for it. I was gonna let it fucking fly, but yeah, Mike, you're like a fucking.
I mean, who
little
cares?
child.
It's just repeating the same shit over and over again. We get it. You're pissed. Grow up.
Yep. See
So
you, Mike. Good luck out there on the Twitter land where I just destroy you over and over, you and Stacy, and I will continue to destroy you, or I'll just fucking forget about you because you're going to be
Well, that's what
irrelevant as
I'm going
nothing
to-
happens that you say is going to happen. That's
yeah,
all
I'm
I
going to
say.
immediately forget about Mike Gill for the rest of the show now,
There we
and
go.
perhaps ever more. But that's beside the point, because I definitely am not working with the fucking CIA. So, you know, when he said they are working for the CIA or Flynn earlier, it kind of pissed me off because I don't work with or for anybody.
That's what I say,
but
man. Yep.
back to the point. So the mechanisms by which these long lists, you know, swindlers lists, as I lovingly referred to it, which I appreciated, is that, you know, even if they create a channel or something organically, like I believe you have done with yours, eventually they become overwhelmed with success in a way. Like, the more successful they get, the more fans they get, the more the input from the alleged fans is selected by virtue of attaching money with it. In other words, like, if you look at a chat on Rumble or YouTube or something where there's a lot of people watching, thousands of people watching, the chat moves so fast, you really can't keep up with it. And so the super chats and the paid chats and stuff are the only ones that get noticed, mostly, I think, by these creators that are in these networks or whatever. So I want to try to, number one, figure out a way that's not so, where it's not like you're asking for money, and you don't need, like, nobody has to participate if they don't want to, because we can still do it ourselves, and we will, you know. But if people want to participate, then they can participate, and they can choose the words, they can choose the phrases. If we want to do one of the phrase wheels like we'll show, they can send videos and stuff like that. And those suggestions, you know, like if you super chat or whatever, I don't really know, or if you're a supporting member or something of Dorian's channel already, then you can, if you want to hear something talked about, or you want us to research something and talk about it, send it in. The rules for the wheel are pretty simple, and you'll see as we play it out, like 2 words maximum, proper names, acronyms, hashtag, whatever, basically the type of shit you could put in a hashtag. And you'll see like the topics and stuff. And we'll also do videos and things like we used to. But that's basically the format. This is sort of the pilot episode. We're testing it out, and we'll see how people respond to it and go from there.
Right. And I'm going to learn as we go too. But like, so for this season, we're going to do it every other Tuesday. So I wanted to say a couple more things, right? You want to do every other Tuesday, right?
Sure.
So we're going to do every other week is the plan. And then we're going to try to keep the episodes closer to like 90 minutes. We'll see, depending on how it goes. But closer to a little bit shorter like than what we were doing before, so they're not such long marathons. And then stuff will carry over. But like I want to offer like, especially to people that do monthly support, like the opportunity. And as you see, like, I don't know, is this an example? Like if they picked like F and they said Freemasons, we would do something on Freemasons?
Sure, yeah. Exactly. And then we'll just riff on it for a few minutes or whatever and move on. Or if there's a video or something, you know what I mean? It's just like a keyword, a conversation starter, or something that's in the news or something that isn't in the news, that people want talked about.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just an easy way that real people can get, because I will talk about anything. Because nobody pays me not to talk about anything. Nobody pays me to talk about anything. I talk about whatever the fuck I want, assuming that I can get away with it. And I might talk about shit that I know I can't get away with because, that's the type of choice that I've made many times in my life. And I probably will do it again before I'm dead. So, anything. If I don't know anything about it, though, it probably won't be a very good conversation, but I will research it. And if it's interesting, I'll learn as much as I can. I mean, that's how it is, because I'm curious too. People know things that I don't. I mean,
right.
That's the reality of the situation. And the way to communicate and share that is through language. So,
right. And I've kept these live chats especially. So that's why it's a benefit to show up if you can when we're doing it live. But I try to interact with the audience as much as possible. You guys have say in this. We have discussions and stuff. If we pick a topic you guys know about, I always highlight stuff on the screen. Gives us further stuff to discuss. It's an enjoyable experience. And if the feds,
if the feds want something to get talked about, they have to pay. That's the point. I will talk about anything the feds pay me to talk about too, but I will probably not be very complimentary if it's some nonsense, I will say, you know what I mean? Like about the Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's too quick. You know what I mean? I got to be respectful because a man died. And I said, no, he didn't. I don't believe it. You haven't proved it. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. So if at that time, if somebody had paid me to talk about Charlie Kirk, they probably would have been fucking disappointed at the results and said they didn't get their money's worth, But that's the facts. I mean, prove he's dead and then we'll talk. But they never have proved he's dead. I mean,
right.
Hell, they haven't proved John F. Kennedy was dead. You know what I'm saying? Like the burden of proof is so high on the federal government right now. If they came, I mean, I wouldn't believe anything I can barely believe anything I don't even know if it exists.
Right, exactly. And I think that's when it comes down to it. Why is the federal government consistently in every tragedy, every murder, assassination, we call them false flags, but any incident or terrorist event, why is everything so murky, and why do you fuck it up on purpose? It's obvious that you fuck everything up on purpose. It's crazy to me that people don't fucking see that shit. There's so many people out there that just accept whatever they're told about the narrative. It's like when you're watching a sport that you don't understand and you have to have the commentary in order for them to kind of explain play by play what's going on, so that the average person that doesn't have an idea what's going on has a better grasp on what they're watching. Otherwise, it's like they don't understand it and they don't even want to participate with their consciousness or whatever. It's the same thing with fucking the world, man. If they don't understand what's going on, they always just want somebody else to tell them what the fuck's going on, as opposed to use critical thinking.
Well, that is true. But I will tell you something that I learned at great expense to myself in my life. which was a devastating realization that I came to after I had really put my heart and soul into this project and done it in a way that I was proud of. I realized after the fact that the pharmaceutical industry, and indeed every industry in the United States of America, in particular governance and pharmaceuticals, the best business model is a model that profits by failing at its stated mission. In other words, if your stated mission is to build this pharmaceutical manufacturing facility and get it approved, yet you can profit by failing at doing that, you can always keep failing. Failing is the most sustainable thing that a person can do or a business can do. If you can profit from failure, then you'll make money forever, because you'll never solve your problem. You'll never solve your customers' problems. They'll always be there, and you'll always have something to do, and it'll be the exact same thing that you've been doing, which is failing to do what you say you're trying to do in a way that's profitable. And banking has become like that. Insurance has become like that. Pharmaceutical manufacturing has become like that. And every system of governance, including the justice system that Mike Gill is so frustrated with, including intelligence, they're all the same. Failing forward is better than succeeding, because failing is sustainable and success is intermittent sometimes.
Exactly. And this is true. This is how they want it. This is how they've designed it or steered it, I guess. But yeah, it's working the way that they intend it, because they want it to be fucking broken. They want it to be built like this.
So yes, sustainability and failure. That's a great point, hiker emoji. Sustainability and failure, two wheel items that we just consumed without ever putting them up onto the wheel. But that's basically the idea. So let's roll.
Let's do it. Boom! And I just saw there's somebody that's never experienced the Biscuits. You're not going to find anybody like the Biscuits online, that's for sure. It's quite the story. You'd have to go back and watch some of the earlier work that we did before the Digital Dojo show, and I have those up on a playlist on YouTube if you're on YouTube. You can find them here on Rumble if you go back far enough. Just find the oldest one. But let's get to this wheel and let's see what we get ourselves into. Click to spin, baby.
Shout out to these guys at wheelofnames.com too, because they keep upgrading this whole thing. It's getting better and better. Wow.
Dude! Are you serious?
Wow.
Pedophiles, get the rope, baby. I can't believe we landed on a fucking gong for the first one. So what do I do here? Do I remove this and then go to the other wheel?
Yeah, just click remove. Well, you can leave it up.
What's
actually.
this?
That'll remove all. Don't do that. You can actually just leave it, because there's more than 5 items. So just leave it. Just hit close.
Okay, so close it.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so watch this, people. So there's not just the one wheel, the alphabet soup wheel now that we have. When you hit that gong, it brings us to the gong event wheel. And this is more similar, I guess, to the last show that we did.
Like before, yeah. Although we'll have certain... we're coming up with scripts or like certain rules for little events or whatever, and those will be on here too. And we'll just fill this out, and it'll just keep filling up, and we can just, it'll just always be there with whatever we haven't seen and whatever we add to it available for these little, you know what I mean?
Dude, this is crazy, dude. This is perfect, because now people get to see the full breadth of what you've put together here. We have this gong event wheel, which I think constitutes another.
Right. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. The algorithm.
Yes. And I'm about to spin this thing, but I wanted to say another hi to what's up, Liz? What's up, Hillbilly Heart? I got your package. Thank you so much. I'm freaking stoked. I love the Etsy store that Liz and Dave got going on there. So Hillbilly Heart, welcome. And yeah, she's making some dinner and cooking it up. Let's get to this gong event wheel and see what we land on for our very first spin of this wheel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
All right.
Look at the
Dude, this is crazy. Like this is this is a
too crazy,
transition
dude.
to this
It's too
new
crazy.
fucking thing.
It's too crazy.
We land on a freaking throwback. All right, let's do this. Let's see what we got cooking for the throwback. Dude, this is wild. The CIA media. All right. Here you go, Mike Gill. If you're still watching and you haven't destroyed your iPad because you're so pissed off that you can't cry on my fucking live chat. The Central Intelligence Agency owns everyone of any significance in the major media. William Colby, the CIA director of 1973 to 76. And Mike Gill's going, yeah, Booma's the freaking CIA, blah, blah, blah. Here you go, Mike Gill. Well,
necessarily in order for our correspondents at that time to make use of CIA agent chiefs of station and other members of the executive staff of CIA as sources of information which were useful in their assessments of world conditions.
Would you say that continues today?
Well, I would think probably for a reporter it would continue today, but because of all of the revelations of the period of the 1970s, it seems to me that a reporter's got to be much more circumspect in doing it now, or he runs the risk of at least being looked at with considerable disfavor by the public. I think you've got to be much more careful about it.
Do you have any people being paid by... Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
So, I mean, that's what an interesting one. I mean, that one went... The algorithm went too deep on that one to have us talking about the CIA. And so, like, we have no control over that, which is crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, dude, I can't believe that we just hit that.
But I would take
brought us to this.
Having watched that again, that's an old throwback from some I don't even remember which one, but it was early in the Digital Dojo. But consider that Mike has given you a compliment, because essentially he's saying that you are an individual of major significance in the media, or at least of some significance, I guess you would say. So,
I think on Twitter he was saying something about how I might be the thing that tips the scale. I might be the piece that tips the fuck. I guess. Thank you for the compliment.
A joke about your weight, or was he saying?
Well, a lot of them make jokes about my weight, which is kind of funny. I guess I'm a little bit bigger than I've ever been, but I'm still a pretty skinny guy overall. Anyways,
But I'm saying, how could I don't know.
Since we landed on this, and I didn't want to talk about Mike Gill anymore. But here's something funny that they just did a video where allegedly, like, they're calling out Patrick Mockridge and David Snedeker, the Q guy, of working with Aaron Day on his more recent political run, or even the one back in 2016, or whatever the fuck it was. And then now he's saying he's trying to reach out to Patrick Mockridge to get the information that he needs, that Patrick was trying to tell him at previous time that I was involved with some kind of shenanigans in Arizona. Which is what should apparently tip the scale for his brokered convention and his J6 Flynn surrection that the DOJ is going to need in order to prosecute all these podcasters, including me, that's part of the CIA Flynn Network.
I mean,
what do you think about that, Biscuits?
It seems... Have you ever been to Arizona? In the first place?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
My sister lived there for a little while, even.
If you've been to Arizona, I've been to Arizona when I was a kid, and the CIA recruited me immediately. I was playing a shooting game inside like an old timey ghost town theme park type place, and this guy came up to me and was like, "There's some good shooting, kid." And then that was it. I got immediately recruited. And my job at the CIA is to get onto media and proclaim that everyone in the CIA should be hanged for treason. It's like it's an uncontrolled opposition role is what I play at the CIA. And so once everyone at the CIA has been hanged for treason, then my contract with the CIA will be complete. So that's my role.
Excellent.
Sorry, Allison.
Well,
you're doomed.
I know, Allison. Oh man, fucking Allison is so fucked. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, just joking. I'm not doing 10 seconds of that nonsense again. However, yeah, I would think that when it comes down to trying to decide who is CIA and stuff like that in this, you would think they'd have a lot more influence than me. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, look,
but how about, well, just in comparison, how about the guy that claims everybody is CIA except him? Is that guy ever to be taken into consideration as being part of some kind of three-letter agency, if you will?
Again, I think that you can use language in these instances to separate the wheat from the chaff, because I would say that I doubt that anybody in the CIA or the FBI or any federal agency, and probably anyone that is contracted, by like a private military corporation or some private intelligence organization, and certainly Mossad. I mean, none of those individuals are going to espouse that the entirety of the federal government, anyone that took a paycheck, anyone that cashed a paycheck from the federal government after January 21st of 2021 is guilty of treason. That is my position. So I don't know if you agree with me or not. If you did, I would be pretty certain that you are not in any one of those federal agencies. I would be certain enough for my purposes anyway. But
Hey, yes. And so I've gotten in some discussions with people about this. I think even on the Booma chats or whatnot. It's like, okay, so this biodigital convergence, if they can tap into like our brains and stuff like that, and they can like not only read our thoughts, but they can neurally nudge and they can control us, or to a certain degree. Some of us, the spiritual war things come up, how much that plays into it. But how do I know that I am not a puppet, but I don't even know it? I have considered that, and I'm not against talking about that. It'll just drive you mad going down a mental rabbit hole that then you feel like you have no control.
Everybody in this country, it seems to me, is constantly being conditioned to be offended at certain language. And then the meaning of that language evolves over time, and all of a sudden, you can barely communicate anything because everyone immediately becomes so emotional. I mean, this is one of the things that Dean is always espousing, that it's the mark of an intelligent mind to entertain a thought without accepting it. And people have been, and I think it's an active and intentional degradation of people's ability to communicate, which is occurring and ongoing, essentially. But the term useful idiot, I think people will become very offended whenever the impression is given that they might be a useful idiot. But the reality of it is that if you are a citizen of the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America, then you are... Yes, exactly. You are in a place that is layered with networks of intelligence, people that work day and night, systems that operate day and night to coalesce and obscure intelligence from everyday citizens. Ergo, we are all being made into useful idiots by design. It is the struggle that everyone is fighting against, is to inform themselves about reality rather than become indoctrinated by whatever the intelligence agencies think is most effective currently based on whatever their current goals are and nonsense. And so the term useful idiot is not something that people should take offense to in the sense that someone is saying, here you are taking an action or making a statement or doing something that is indicative to me that you are being made a useful idiot of. I'm not saying people are born with potential to become nothing but useful idiots. I'm saying this is the war. It is a war for you to make yourself difficult to be made into a useful idiot. It's never going to be impossible. I mean, it's just the opposition has overwhelming advantage in terms of manipulating people to the degree that, people around you in your life that have been there for a long time will either be used against you or will be, pressured or manipulated. I mean, it's crazy. They have nothing better to do because that's what they do for a living, and I don't think it's just not a thing that people can imagine is going on until you really deal with it, and it will change you when you deal with it for a long time, I think, because they'll make a prison out of your life. And being in prison changes a person's personality. And changing people's personality is what the best and the worst people in intelligence do. So try not to take it personal, and don't make it personal for other people. I mean, I don't take it personally that like most people of significance are in the CIA. And I hope they don't take it personally whenever I say that they're all guilty of treason and should be hanged. So, and I mean, that means like Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, these people, I just consider them to be CIA operatives, and Tucker Carlson, all of them. They're all guilty of treason. And that's it. You know what I mean? The conversation is basically over for me after that point. There's really nothing that like Tucker Carlson can ever say, even if he says stuff that I agree with, that will make me move on from the fact that he's guilty of treason. So it's just, we ain't going to come back from that one, guys. Like, it's not happening.
Right, and everybody, if you haven't experienced listening to Biscuits, man, I'm telling you, like I said, man, like I've never censored you. I've never asked you to like tone anything down. Same thing with Dean. Dean, and I never asked him to. I haven't even watched the whole thing yet. Apparently, he did a breakdown of Mike Gill. I was gonna say though, what's happened recently, and I know a lot of people have been really frustrated with a lot of the fighting and like calling out people and stuff like that. I feel like I'm defending myself. Sabrina's had to defend herself. You start questioning things, like even in the Telegram chat, it's really difficult to trust people when all of a sudden people you thought that you had your back didn't. I'm glad that you're back, Biscuits, but you don't have to deal with it. So good on you. Stay away from that shit. What I want to say finally, and then I don't want to talk about Mike Gill anymore, is that I have found myself in my own Telegram chat and with people that I trust, questioning them and like kind of losing my shit a little bit. So I guess in some ways I can understand after all this time why Mike Gill would lose his shit and do the things that he does, because he's been in fight mode for almost 2 decades now. I guess I get it to a certain extent. But at the same time, I'm going to fucking defend myself, and you got nothing on me. And when they don't arrest all the Flynn Network, and even if they fucking do, I will fucking be like, hallelujah, but they ain't going to come and arrest me, Mike. Good fucking luck. But get your shit together, man. Anyways, it can get crazy. But it's lovely to listen to a man like Biscuits, because he's just going to tell you how it fucking is, guys. We are in a situation where if the treason is not remedied, as he has said, then there is no law, and then there's no justice. It's still just a fucking satanic system.
Would perfectly explain Mike Gill's experience with the mountains of evidence that is incontrovertible, which he has taken to, judges and DAs and, right? I mean, the law is not real. The enforcement of the law is not real above a certain level. It never was meant to be. The Justice Department is there to give the illusion that, that we have justice for all, but we don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're stepping all over the wheel items. I'm telling you, we got to.
All right.
We must be disciplined in the dojo. You know what I mean?
We got to be disciplined. But man, this is how long was it, man, between these? I don't know you don't need the day, but is it like a good month or so since we've
Oh,
done this? Month and a half, I think.
it was longer than that.
Month and a half to 2 months, I think. I think you kind of like jumped onto like a Booma stream at one point. But
Well, yeah, I did jump onto one of those, but I wouldn't really call that, you know,
man,
we didn't prepare.
we're back, motherfucker! Season of the Gong. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We
What a
got some
crazy
fun
start,
stuff.
though.
Right, this is the craziest start that we could have possibly had, and we had and nothing's planned. Like these wheels, like whoever, like what's the name of the place that makes these wheels? It's crazy how they work.
Wheelofnames.com, man.
Yeah, man, it's like
They're really doing some nice upgrades to it too. It's cool. Like there's a lot of wild features now.
Yeah. Oh, and I hope you guys appreciate the noodle, D-Booma-san and the noodle biscuits.
I was going to make a joke that ALFA stood for American Liberation Front Army, and then there was like some nonsense. I mean, I did make that joke on like a stream of yours in the chat a while ago, and then like some nonsense in the news came out about some Liberation Army terrorist group. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
You never know, man, what's going to come out. I will say, and I forgot to say it the first time, that you were called out. Apparently, there's an eye missing on the wheel. Are you aware of that?
Oh, wow.
Mama Samurai just cut you down, and she let me know.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Well,
There is no I in we. There's no I in us, right?
fix it. I think I can actually fix it in real time. Go ahead, you spin it.
All right, well, I'm going to spin this motherfucker. But Mama Samurai found that. That's hilarious.
Oh, that was a good eye. Very good copy editing. I appreciate that.
Then we're where the I would have been.
What? Okay.
Goosebumps.
Right? This one, I kind of put this one on there. It's just, I mean, I bet Sabrina probably knows where the term goosebumps comes from. Do you know where it comes from?
Where it comes from, like the actual just term?
Yeah. Like when did the piloerection that you get when your hair follicles stand up, what is the etymology of that being associated with goosebumps?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard it.
It's weird. It'll blow your mind, and it'll make you realize like it never really occurred to me. Like I didn't connect these two things until I kind of started, getting familiar with Sabrina and all the stuff that she talks about. And so I said, well, if I consider that the piloerection thing is a positive feature of the human biofield, right? And if I consider that, as Sabrina says, that the utilization or the development of the human biofield for the individual is a thing, a skill that has been actively suppressed and subverted from the zeitgeist, from the knowledge that people have, okay? If all that's true, now, to me, the etymology of the term goosebumps makes sense, because the term comes from, in late 1300s and early 1400s England, the Bishop of Winchester ran all of the prostitution that was, quote unquote legal or was looked the other way out of the Church of England. In other words, out of literally property that was owned by the Church of England. And the hookers, the prostitutes that worked for the Bishop of Winchester, were referred to as Winchester geese. And if you got syphilis from one of these hookers, you were said to have acquired goosebumps or been bitten by a Winchester goose. So getting syphilis from a medieval hooker that works for the Church of England is the source of the term goosebumps, in which you guys refer to as piloerection, which I just thought was interesting.
That just makes you think a little bit differently about calling it goosebumps.
Right. It's not again, it's a bad, right? And so this is one of the things that I think is amazing about language, is that the etymology of words is really like it's it's sort of like a genealogy, and you can start to understand what were the selection pressures in society that were being applied to this language to cause the meaning to evolve, because that's what's happening, right? I mean, like, well, again, I'm going to step on another wheel item, so I don't want to go too far ahead, but that's the point, is that, you know, that's where Goosebumps comes from, and it's not a good connotation, right? It's not a good connotation.
Oh God, Carl. And Carl is testimony to the reality that you can, if you contact Rumble, have your username changed, because it kept coming up as Talmud Terry for the longest damn time, no matter
that didn't
what.
Go over well. That didn't go over
right,
well.
Right. And Carl got it fixed. You can make it happen if you don't like your username.
The first time I saw him in the chat, I was like, is that username ironic or what? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know. Still pushing it, but it's not for me, whatever. It's just for my own taste. But.
Oh, gosh. All right. I never would have known. The first time I heard Goosebumps, I mean, I might have heard about it with Goosebumps and stuff like that, but I always thought of Goosebumps like the book series as a kid.
Sure. But again, I mean, if you think about it, right, like...
Oh, I don't even remember. Weren't those like scary? Like they were kid stories, but they were scary kid stories. Yeah. They could have been derived from like the fucking witches that had the syphilis that gave you the...
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's, you know, it's a weird thing to know about that particular term. You know what I mean?
It's a very weird thing to know, and you never would have known about it if you weren't here for the pilot of the season of the Gong!
But Chester Goose, that's... You don't want that.
You don't want that.
I think, yeah.
That's wild.
I can't think of anything much worse than being in 1412 in England with syphilis.
Oh, God, yeah. Imagine going to the doctor there. Where do they just give you some rubbing alcohol or something and you fucking deal with it?
I think they probably just put leeches on you. And,
right, and then people usually died of syphilis, didn't they, eventually?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go quite mad from it.
Yep.
Why has the font size changed on some of these?
Right, I just noticed that the J and the F and some of those are really big. I don't see an I, so I don't know if you added that.
I didn't add it. I got distracted.
Of course you did. You were thinking about medieval fucking prostitutes.
Yeah. Goosebumps.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll still function the same way, but
yeah, well, we'll give it a shot. It's a pilot episode, so
Alphabet Soup. The wheel. I don't know. The wheel is just changing it up, maybe. No way! All right, should I remove this one?
You can remove it. Yeah. Well, you can just leave it up there. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll leave it up there. Pedophiles, get the rope! And that was another gong.
Yeah, that's good. That'll give you time to fix this.
Let's move on to the Gong event wheel and see what we have. I can't believe we hit 2 of those right away. All right, let's see what we get this time. And Sabrina, you see here? Ooh, interesting. Sabrina Says is on the Gong event wheel. I like that.
I saw this the other day and I thought it's a nice little song. Relevant. Got a CIA guy in it.
Okay.
I don't know. So. Do you think Bill Hicks is the CIA?
Oh, absolutely. Old Bill Hicks. Alex Jones rants as an indie folk song. What is this? All right, let's do this. Are you ready?
Rock it.
The company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap, we don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
It is. It's
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
That's literally the best thing Alex Jones has ever done.
right. And I know some people don't want to believe that he's Bill Hicks because Bill Hicks seemed to fight back against the system. I get it, but it's an also perfect cover, and he was an atheist. So what's the funniest joke in the world for maybe an atheist and a comedian is to fool the world that you died? I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, the problem, this is very much like Charlie Kirk and everything else. Like the burden of proof is so high that it's just like, you can't even make these simple assertions and expect people to believe it anymore, right? Alex Jones is an individual named Alex Jones. So, well, I don't know, I don't know. You got to prove that. You know what I'm saying? How can you prove it? I mean, it's crazy.
He looks like he's older than what he's supposed to be. Like he's the age that Bill Hicks, because when I did the breakdown, I shared somebody else's work. He at least seems like he is older than what he should be by, I think it's like a 12-year gap between the two, is what it's said.
Well, in his
but if you look at Alex Jones in 1995, he had a beautiful voice. He was like singing a little bit. He had a radio show, and now you have gruffy voice, fucking Alex Jones. It's its own rabbit hole, and who cares? It's just he's CIA. That's for me. Bill Hicks or not, he's fucking CIA. And now, whenever I say it now, I can just hear Mike Gill fucking in his hotel room. Booma's fucking CIA, fucking going crazy.
You
that
hang out
song
with Jones in a break room at Langley sometimes,
right? Exactly right. He is close to like Joe Rogan and shit, and he has the same manager as Bill Hicks had. There's some crazy shit. Anyways, that song though sang beautifully with lyrics that are very tough. It's a very interesting mixture in the fact that they were able to line up his voice. I mean, if that's a current one, obviously they probably used a little AI, or they just found a lot of takes. I don't know. Probably AI. Anyways, so many dynamics to that thing because the melody is beautiful. The truth of it is horrific.
Yeah. Well, also, I'm sure, that video is on YouTube. So those people are probably trying to lampoon the statements that he's making, the content as well as him. But sadly, he's one of those bad jacket operation guys, in my opinion. Like, I think that whole thing with him and the Sandy Hook. I mean, this is like very similar to, the thing with Dominion and Fox News, the case, the huge civil suit and settlement regarding the 2020 election, where
right, at one point,
where they try to validate the narrative by having this giant civil litigation and settlement
in the chat.
And I think that, I felt like that was the case with the Sandy Hook case. I felt like that was the case with the Dominion case. It's just part of the reason that the justice system exists, is to provide this manufactured validation for whatever the current narrative is.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was fake, but it was brilliantly put together and spoke a message in it in a way that...
But there is, one of the things, it's like, I feel like if you take Alex Jones seriously, and I do take Mike Gill seriously, in spite of the fact that he was annoying me tonight, I take Mike Gill seriously because I followed, the Panama Paradise and Pandora papers, right, just like I followed WikiLeaks all, back in the day. If you take those people seriously, there's a line from that song which you can totally empathize, which is, what more do I have to say? You know what I mean? Like, gotcha. What more is there to be said about this? I mean, you have to decide, do you believe it or not? And, as the evidence starts to pile up and stuff, I mean, eventually you just have to say, okay, I believe it. And then you have to act differently. I mean, that's the truth.
Right.
And think differently. I'm not saying necessarily you have to act differently, because, again, I'm not saying people should go out and be violent or do anything vigilante like that or whatever, because it will get, whatever you do will be twisted and utilized, and you'll be made into the most extreme case of a useful idiot, whatever your intentions were. I'm just saying, think going forward after you decide whether or not what everybody is talking about is real. Like, if you decide that the government is compromised, that most of the people in the government are blackmailed, that there's treason that's rampant everywhere, that there is a human trafficking and a child trafficking epidemic that exists in conjunction with the blackmail economy that exists necessarily in order to control all these politicians. If you believe all that, then you better start thinking like that every day. Like, you got to train your mind to understand that that's the world that you live in, and every decision that you make has got to be made in the context of, operational parameters that include the justice system is fake, except that it will throw you in prison, and the government is fake, except that it will ruin your life. The IRS is a treasonous organization, except they will fuck you up. I mean, so you got to pick your battles, I guess, based on your own life and what you expect to get out of it. But I mean, Mike Gill picked a big battle.
Yeah, Mike picked the biggest battle that you could fucking get yourself into. That's the thing is like, despite what has been the content that I've been putting out lately, because it's been a lot of fighting and calling people out and calling bullshit. I've had issues with multiple people that you can see on the channel, people freaking out about wanting to just get back to this. That's what we're doing here. But I don't want to be, as we're talking about here, I don't want to be pulled into the political circus anymore. Mike Gill is sucked into the political circus. He thinks he's going to help Trump now, apparently, like, because they're going to take him out. And Flynn and Jack Smith and Tina Peters are going to, like, take out Trump and shit. Like, I'm fucking so done with that fucking shit. I don't want to get fucking even into it, because I am at the point now where I'm like, fuck them all. I don't want anything to fucking do with it. That's why I just started to slowly and carefully, like, back off from Mike Gill, and every once in a while I want to be supportive of him, and then I fucking question him on something and he cries like a little bitch and then turns me into the ultimate bad guy. It's like, so then it starts making me think, did he do this to, like, fucking people like Marissa Bizzuto, which I threw into question because I reached out to her and she said that he had her write that report, and he made me convinced, and Stacy's still pushing it, that she was scared for her life. So there's questions, but at the same time, like, when I see this motherfucker just flip on a dime on me after, like, on the 13th, he sent me a fucking text, and I've been sharing that on fucking on Twitter. I thought I said I was going to be fucking done with Mike Gill, but I just finished this part because of some of the topics that have come up. But he literally reached out to fucking warn me about something that Patrick Mockridge was saying, because Patrick Mockridge was getting into Seven Seas' fucking comments and saying, yeah, you stabbed me in the back too, bro, blah, 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 trying to get sympathy. Like, I stabbed him in the fucking back. I think it was the other way around. I just fucking kicked your ass, bitch. But then he fucking turns around and now he wants to work with Patrick Mockridge to take me down because I'm the ultimate bad guy. When on the 13th, I have a DM from Mike Gill warning me about something that fucking Patrick Mockridge was saying, which I didn't really give a fuck about. But,
Interesting.
that's how it is, man. I'm so sick of the fucking political theater. Go fucking save Trump all you want, Mike. I don't give a fuck. I hope Trump leaves. I hope all of them fucking leave. I don't trust any of those motherfuckers in there. Get the tech bros out of there. Get Elon out of the government. Get fucking all these fucking assholes that are the tech fucking motherfuckers. Bill Gates out of there. Get fucking Fauci. Like, get all that shit.
Well,
I'm sick of this shit.
Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, probably, although I can't really say Peter Thiel, but I'm pretty sure. But I mean, those guys are also guilty of treason.
Right.
So again, like, this is what I mean. You can just, most of this stuff you can just blanket and be like, well, I don't give a fuck what these people say anymore. You know what I mean? My dad mentioned something about Elon Musk the other day, having commented on how ridiculous Jaguars knew that, I don't know what you would even call it, vehicle or whatever, you know. And he was like, yeah, even Elon Musk said it was stupid. And I was like, Elon Musk is a traitor. You know what I mean? Like, who cares what he says? Like, the fact that it's obviously stupid, he's just taking an opportunity to pretend like he's a real person and not a traitor.
He's not even an American. I mean, he's probably an American citizen now, but he's not a natural
and that's why
American citizen.
Right.
That's why he has like some of the highest contracts. Yes, he's a fucking.
The fact that he's got American citizenship is a fatal flaw for him if this country was real, because that's what makes him guilty of treason, not whatever. So I mean, all of these people that have dual citizenship or whatever, I mean, I hope they have their American passport in their pocket whenever they get hanged. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they deserve.
Yeah. And we will get back to enjoying the Biscuits and the Gong, season of the Gong. I will just say that it wouldn't even have been so bad if Stacy and Mike wouldn't have fucking attacked Sabrina Wallace. You did that just to piss me off, motherfuckers. So fuck you, and fuck you. And
thrice.
Yes, they got triple dose of the fuck yous. And let's pull up the wheel and get back to this shit. The alphabet soup wheel. No affiliation with Campbell's condensed chicken alphabet soup.
Right. Trademarked, copywritten, pending, trade secrets.
No fucking! Oh my god! The great thing about this is that we literally might
remove it now.
We're gonna remove one of those now. This is crazy.
That's crazy.
Because we're gonna have shows where like we don't even hit one of those in 90 minutes. At least,
the whole purpose was because I wanted to be lazy and upload less videos and stuff.
If you guys can appreciate it, like doing these shows, I hope you guys can appreciate it. And if you're new to this, go back and watch some of the older shows. So much work was put into this. I am not gonna do like I'm having some fun with the Allison thing right now, but like what I was doing was a lot of the AI videos. I'm not gonna keep doing a lot of those. Like that was a lot of work. But what Biscuits had to do, we were doing every week for a while, weren't we?
Yeah, it was, and it's not really all that much work. It's just that I have limited hardware with the
yeah, you've been through like 3 computers ever since we started.
Well, I'm never going to invest very much in them because they all eventually get. It's just inevitable. I mean, I have a junkyard.
Yes, Sabrina, you finally saw it. I was pointing it out. Yes, you're on the wheel. That's why I'm kind of excited that we've hit it for the 3rd time. Let's see if we can get it. Sabrina says, "Come on now." Sabrina says, "Come on now."
She should be excited to learn that Sabrina says is just an item. Wheel.
No freaking way, dude.
I put Bjorn in there as the sound effect as well. I don't know if
You got a cat, Bjorn. Oh my gosh. Sabrina, are you ready? I hope Hillbilly Art's still watching too. I have no idea what we're about ready to see. But this is crazy, man. All right, let me get this. And okay. Okay, let me pull this up, maybe. I can't believe this, man. This is awesome. All right. Anybody
who wants to be honest has every capability of doing it with the data that I've left there. It's all open source. There's no violations of anybody or anything. Clearances, jobs, the usual. I really caution our community to be careful around people who claim that they are whistleblowers. I am not a whistleblower. Every time so far, every time so far that I have seen an acclaimed self-professed whistleblower, they end up working on the back end with the Luizando types. Their job is to stall, placate, or misdirect, rather than just be honest about, to our best ability, without threatening anything, national security, but to be honest about our biology tethered to these systems. Anybody?
So, I mean, I think that was brilliant, and it's one of my main problems with the entirety of the whistleblower the laws that exist around the alleged protection of whistleblowers and the laws in general regarding being a whistleblower. In order to qualify for all of those protections and alleged protections and blah blah blah, you have to already have broken the law. In other words, I get it that's why the protection is there, but if that's the only time that you are empowering people to come to the regulators and say something is wrong, right? Then you're essentially creating a de facto system where businesses are incentivized only to ask for forgiveness and to completely ignore any question of permission in the first place. And that when I'm talking about permission, I'm saying I'm talking about federal guidances which already disallow permission for taking these actions. In other words, to be a whistleblower, you have to be part of a private organization or perhaps even a government organization. Engage.
Mic up. Move your mic up, bro.
And engage in an activity that is in violation of a law. You have to know it's in violation of the law in order to blow the whistle, which implies that in the course of your duties, you probably knew it was a violation of the law before you did it, but you chose to do it because that's your job. The trap is, once you do it, you're complicit, and only the government can save you by deeming you a whistleblower. And in reality, it just means that now they have leverage over you. You don't want to be a whistleblower. You want to be the person that understands what's happening and puts it down. Says, I'm not going to do this action that this company or that my boss or whatever is telling me because I know that it's illegal. I'm telling you that what you're doing violates. That is the system that needs to be nurtured by the laws that are on the books to protect people who work at companies from being extorted or otherwise so strong-armed into being criminals on behalf of companies.
Right, and your mic, I don't know if you guys, I heard everything, but you just had to pay attention really closely. Your mic was kind of coming in and out. But basically what you said, in order to become a whistleblower, you had to have done something that you likely knew was illegal before you did it, and then you came out to expose that illegality. Now, what was the last part of that?
Hold on, let me do something with my mic. Can you hear me now?
You're sounding better now.
Okay. Well, I was saying, the laws aren't set up to protect the process, to protect the product that these companies are making from criminal intent. They're set up to manage the fact that in an ongoing fashion, all corporations are incentivized to commit crimes first and ask for forgiveness should anyone review the crimes that they've committed for any reason, including, a whistleblower complaint or something like that.
Yes.
People that stand up to companies are punished. People that commit crimes on behalf of companies, and then once they feel like they have evidence, go and turn those companies in. It's not a good incentive. It's not a good behavior to incentivize, because you're incentivizing the criminality on the front end in the first place. And I think that's, Sabrina is talking about the human aspect of it, and I'm talking about the fact that the human aspect of it is what is being attacked. It's what's being opposed by the nature of the laws and what it takes to classify as a whistleblower in the first place. Because again, the law that we have, that we're all subject to, if you're a citizen, is not designed to eliminate loopholes. It's designed to obscure, but make concrete the edges of these loopholes so that they're reliably there for a certain portion of the population and a certain portion of the companies that exist, the chosen companies, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man. What a system we got. I vote Biscuits for president.
Oh man, are you kidding?
I know, right? We need the whole fucking system gone. I don't know how you'd run it, but a two-party system is fake and gay, and everything's fake and gay, but the whole fucking thing needs to be done. But Sabrina's saying, yep, Biscuits is right. Their legal liability is insulated from the jump. Written that way on the definitions of whistleblower protections, loopholes. Reliability or reliably there for an amount of time or legal trajectory, yes.
It's pressure relief, I mean, that's the entirety of the legal system seems to be designed to just slowly relieve pressure in a way that's monetizable.
Yeah, they have to do, and they also always have to, it's like the deals that the government seems to have made with the cartel, allegedly. But I think I can say it pretty confidently, is that, say, 10% of their stuff is going to get busted, and it's going to be publicly put on the news and shown as if there is justice being done in the drug trade, while that's just profit loss that they've already factored into the business that they've decided to do. South America, Mexico cartels, for example, coming into the United States with drugs. There's just a certain amount that is going to come out to release the valve, as you're saying, and
and also to throw off, to confuse the public about what's going on. I mean, that's why you see like precursor chemicals, as Mike Gill says, coming in through New Hampshire and going down to Texas, getting manufactured, but then somehow on the news you hear about fentanyl is coming in from Mexico. Well, because nobody's checking it when they go from Texas to Mexico with it. Nobody looks. Yep. So when they catch some of it coming back in, and it's nothing to make it at this level. I mean, price-wise, it's like nothing. So who cares? 100 kilograms gets caught. I mean, they put this shit into a truck, they catch it coming over the border, and then on the news what you hear is fentanyl comes from Mexico. Because people say, oh, fentanyl, it's like cocaine, it comes from Mexico. You know what I mean? And it's just like they're astroturfing the entire landscape, wherein the U.S. government, the CIA, runs the entirety and has always run the entirety of the illicit drug trade, utilizing outside contractors that we all call cartels.
Yeah.
But it's the CIA.
Right.
I mean,
man, you're dropping some serious knowledge. And that's the thing about, Mike, I just, I think he's just been in a fight for so long, man. But he's pointed out a lot of these things, and that's what I don't. It's like
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not going to
that's-
sit here and apologize for helping him because I was helping a man that I did see sides of him on personal Zooms that unfortunately he just doesn't show to the public because he feels like he has to be like warrior Mike all the time. I think if he actually showed that he was a compassionate person, like I've heard he was when he was in the mortgage business, he has called out a lot of this. I think he says, he found the biggest seizure tractor trailer full of, I believe it was fentanyl, and they did bust some of that, and but they put it right back out onto the streets. He caught that shit. It's just like he has done some shit. He's just been in this fight too long, and he has to spend most of his times by his fucking self in a hotel room. It's unfortunate. And now he's coming after me. It's just stupid. But I love seeing Sabrina says on the wheel. That was fucking awesome. And Hillbilly Heart in the house. And we're having a good time, are we not? Well, this is the season of the Gong with Booma and the Biscuits.
Double up.
We doubled it up, baby. All right. Let's get to it. Alphabet soup.
If we land on another Gong thing, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know, dude. You're gonna have more work to do next time, that's for sure. X. Now that's a tough one, right?
That's a tough one. Yeah.
X-Men. All right.
Well,
so what do we got on X-Men?
I mean, do you like comic books and things like that? Do you like them when you were a kid?
See, I didn't have a craze into them. I saw some of them or whatnot, but it was more when they came out in the movies and they finally looked legit. I was like, fuck yeah. But I didn't I didn't really get into like the kind of like lame cartoon style, even though it's classic now. I get that. People like them. It wasn't until it came to the big screen and had the cinematic effect that they can do now with guys like, Hugh Jackman, who's in the club, if you will, but that Wolverine and all of those characters, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I never really got into it, but it's like one of those things where you when you go back and re-encounter media or something after you've changed. I mean, if you've 5 or 6 years of consuming life as it is, right? Changes people, and your perspective on stuff changes. And I saw a portion of one of the X-Men movies the other day, and I realized, like, as I was watching, like, wow, this is just a modern day Greek mythology where all the heroes and stuff are, like literally only modernized pretty much, and they don't ever really like kill civilians. That's like kind of one of the main things too, right? Like they don't kill people that are unaffiliated with the bad guys or with like bad organizations or whatever.
Right.
And so it's like, I think we might have talked about this before or whatever, but it was one of the X-Men movies where it's like Captain America is also there, And I was thinking about Captain America
go ahead,
and the X-Men, and I thought, if you became a superhero right now, right, and you were Captain America, you'd be a villain. You know? Like if you became a superhero and helped the American government right now, you'd be a villain. And so then I said, I'm looking at these movies, like all these superhero movies and stuff, and I'm like, these are the bad guys. They're all the people that are the X-Men that are proposed to you to be the good guys in those movies are really representing mythological characters, which are either villains when it comes to humanity or are basically true neutral, where like humanity really doesn't matter, except it's just, this anthill kind of thing that's going on down at the bottom of Olympus or whatever.
Right. Yeah, in order to like sell the stories, because they've shown like some of the most epic fight scenes now that you can do with like CGI, whether it was the Avengers or Transformers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has kind of gone downhill ever since they did the first movie. But some of these like Avengers and stuff like that, they've basically done some of the most epic fight scenes that you could possibly come up with. So they need epic sagas. Now they flirt with them going to the bad side. So there was the one where it was Iron Man versus Captain America, but and I know that's not X-Men, but what they're doing now with what do they call it? Because they can merge everything now, and different people can play different characters. What's it called?
I don't know.
Well, there's like the new. It's just like they're messing with timelines now, so they have the ability. I can't remember
Like
what the freaking
crossovers? You mean like crossover narratives and stuff where they have?
Yeah, but it's even more than that. Somebody put it in. I fucking can't think of the term for it. But basically, what they can do is like they could even have like Hugh Jackman play Iron Man. Like it's basically like
the multiverse stuff. Like
multiverse.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking multiverse is the term that I was looking for. Doctor Strange and all that shit, multiverse stuff. Where now they can change it, and I guess they've already set it up to where like Robert Downey Jr. is going to play a different character than Iron Man. So like they're going to start mixing it up. But now you're going to see the Avengers and X-Men on the same screen and Spider-Man, and all of them are going to start like merging. Superman, Batman, they're all going to start fucking merging. However, how do they like? It's only going to be enjoyable for a time, as long as they can actually write stories that'll probably go back to like exactly what you're talking about, Greek mythos and shit like that, because they've already shown the coolest shit. Now the interesting thing will be, how does Batman, talk with Wolverine or something like that, or who do they have playing Wolverine? Because I think Hugh Jackman is. Deadpool is one of my sinful favorites, and Wolverine's an enjoyable one because they're both kind of fucking like, Deadpool's funny and he's crude, but Wolverine's kind of like hates being a good guy sometimes too, and Deadpool the same thing, playing by the rules of like the X-Men, if you will. So those are kind of fun characters for me, but it's going to be interesting to see when they start merging this stuff. So what happens?
If you had to become one of these mutants with their powers or whatever tomorrow morning when you wake up, which one would you pick?
Right, because there was that thing with Thanos where a bunch of them died. So maybe they don't bring back some of them.
So which X-Man would you pick to be if you were going to have to be one? Or which powers would you choose to have?
See, I've always just liked Wolverine. Just because I like his personality more than probably his powers, because it is a dredge to have to live while everybody continues to die. Who would you pick?
Probably Gambit. Do you remember that one?
What was his powers?
He can like charge up any random item that he picks up and basically turn it into a hand grenade. And he uses cards, like he throws playing cards, just hand grenades all the time. And I guess he's like good at beating people with a stick or something. I thought he didn't give a shit. He was just always like half drunk and throwing grenades,
I don't know that one, but that's a fun one. But and then there's the one.
You got to pick like Magneto or something if you want to be the maximum effectiveness type shit.
Right, but everything depends on that fucking helmet.
Yeah, they put Magneto in jail, so maybe not. You don't want to be one that can be put in jail.
I think because if you have too much power, though, you do tend to probably go to the evil side, right? You get lured into being frustrated with trying to please.
You mean helping the American government? No, I'm not going to that side. I won't be doing that at all.
Right. No. Well, that's kind of like, I won't get into that subject now, but Orange.
I guess I'll be classified as a villain. What was the little dude's name that could like teleport anywhere he wanted to? That might be the best one.
Right, teleportation. That one's an interesting one. I think that might have been a chick actually that could teleport. But there was one that could run really fast. Yeah. They got the Avenger or whatever. What's the name of that dude? But there's also an X-Men. So basically, they can run so fast that like time's so slow that they can like move like bullets and shit. That is pretty cool.
That's too much exercise, though. That's the type of ability that it will diminish the longer I have it, because I'll be like, I'm not running. I could, but I just don't, It's not happening.
Right. And we're having like just a little bit of fun. Like, let's separate the idea like this is a scary future that we're going into, because unfortunately, with like what they've already done with whether or not they're actual super soldiers or that they're creating or attempting to make super soldiers, the wearables people are throwing in there, and the talks that we have with like Sabrina with like, chimeras, and then hybridization, augmentation, and the things that they are trying to do with the Neuralink and the brain implants and the stuff like that. It is fucking scary. It's fucking scary. And it's going to be a weird economy because it's going to continue to separate. And I don't know what the future holds. Shit, maybe if shit goes really bad for a while, I don't fucking know. But if it just continues on a slow pace where everybody thinks something's going to happen and it never really, nothing massive fucking happens, there'll be this economy of the people that are too poor to afford the things that give them super memory, that give them the super abilities, and they will be left out over more and more and more and more, while the rich and the people that can afford these things live for hundreds of years and fucking dominate everything. It's going to be a weird fucking future, a scary one if that's where we head.
Yeah, it sounds lame. That's why
Really
I want to be able to.
lame.
That's why I want to be able to turn any object I find into a hand grenade at a moment's notice.
See, but I'll be so fast, man, where I'd be able to grab that hand grenade and throw it a fucking way. However, I'd be on your team, so I'd make sure.
Yeah, why would I be throwing
exactly
a hand grenade at you? I mean, what are you talking about? It says nothing. I mean, you could grab it. I mean, I don't care. That guy I think was pretty
I'll
fast,
just make
dude.
sure it has maximum effect. So you throw it, and if that motherfucker has like a shield or it gets behind the car, I'll be like, nah, bitch. I'll set it right in your fucking pocket.
They don't really like. If you could run that fast, you could just carry around marbles or something, and hold them, like this, and run. And then just let it go.
Murder everybody
stop,
that way.
And it would just it'd be like a rail gun, you know what I mean? It would just obliterate everything in the way.
Yeah, well, the one guy, Flash, I think, the Avenger dude, he fucking runs so fast. I mean, I guess Superman could technically do it too by going around the world, but he would do the time travel that way. You'd go so fast you could.
The lamest superhero in my mind.
Who?
Superman.
Right.
He's the worst. He's basically the reason I never liked comic books, because it's such a lame premise. Like this, oh yeah, wow, the sun powers him up, and then some kryptonite makes him sick, and then oops, the kryptonite's gone, and now you get punched into oblivion. Wow, see you next week.
Right.
Same thing.
I know, right? That's why it's like he's supposed to be like the most, I guess, amazing superhero of all time. Yet he like is a little bitch. Like he just brings kryptonite around him, and he turns into nothing.
Right.
Like that's
Gee,
lame.
I wonder what's going to happen this week.
Anyways, and we are at that 90-minute mark. So what do you think? You want to do two more rolls of the dice, or you want to?
Sure. We can do a couple more.
Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll do two more. And then we'll start closing up. But I hope you guys are enjoying this pilot episode of the season of the Gong. Brought to you by the Digital Dojo and Long Gong Silver and Biscuit Risker Records.
We might have to take free submissions for letters X, Y, and Z, maybe, because those are
hard ones for you, right? So you get group effort, people. No freak away. Okay.
Oh wow! I'm glad this one came up there. So this is a great example. Fog. I like to put stuff up here, or I'm going to try to put stuff up here that has many contexts.
Right.
So
There's a lot of ways this
when
could go.
you hear fog, what do you think about? What kind of context are you thinking about?
Well, right now, with the context of the strange fog that recently has been coming through places, I don't know how recent it's been a thing, but for a good long period, there was this mysterious fog that was coming in, and people were noticing differences in people's behavior, animal behavior. There was all kinds of stuff that was going on with that fog. Weird shit.
Real fog is scary. Like if you've ever been on a boat on the ocean, like navigating through super thick fog, it's weird and unnerving. But the context that I was talking about in the fog, well, you've heard of the deep web and the dark web, I assume, right?
Yep.
Have you ever heard of the alleged Mariana's Web?
No.
Which is, allegedly even deeper than the deep web, according to I guess Reddit or something. But there was an assertion that there are these multiple layers to the internet, beginning at the surface layer with everything that's indexed by Google, like, Rumble and YouTube and whatever other websites, Fox News and all that trash.
Right.
And then there's, sort of this still on the clear net layer below that, but where it's not all indexed, like 4chan and, other similar websites. And then you start to get into the unindexed layers, like, where you've got to use a Tor browser, that people refer to as the deep web, where, you can still use the Onion relay network and the Tor browsers and stuff. And then you go deeper and you have to start using shells, and these are just databases that don't broadcast. And there's, you have to actually know where the database is located and query the database to even get any of this data that's within it, like intranets for big corporations and things like that, which aren't technically part of the internet, but can be accessed if you understand what you're doing. And then you have this layer that they refer to as like the Marianas layer, where there are, and I don't even know that there's a distinction, but the point is, beneath the dark web, allegedly, there is a layer called fog, or virus soup, which is allegedly a layer of encrypted or compiled autonomous even viruses that are hosted on server space in the internet, but they're not meant to be there. They exist there. They're never going to go away. And if you interact with this network, your machine is basically going to be toasted, like, unless you are really, really skilled or have, institutional support and skills. And allegedly, according to this internet memeology, this fog layer is protecting something that's called the Primark system. Have you ever heard of that?
The Primark system?
Yeah. So
No.
it's said that that the bulk of this system, which is apparently utterly inscrutable, is what was located in some early scans of the physical drive space that comprises the deep web or the dark web or the totality of the internet, or the totality of server space connected to the internet. And that this entity or this program or whatever is sending out these sort of high-level commands to the internet at large, to all of the hardware that's connected to the internet. And I don't necessarily know if the Primark system thing is real. It seems like a bunch of CIA nonsense, but the fog, that there is a distinct set of physical memory that is devoted to this sort of autonomous, persistent collection of broken bits of code and virus programs that are copying themselves and just waiting and working at this layer.
Your mic, bro. Try to fix your mic again.
What is going on with this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's doing it's like not clear sometimes.
Is it not clear right now?
Mm-mm. Right. Sus. Try again. Because standard 2012 and all these years with the bands, their memory sets are spatial, not hard drive, echoed on underground NAT lab HPC cores. Man, some of this language is like not my language, so I'm trying to get Biscuits to fix that so that we can hear him clearly. I have to really even concentrate to try to understand what the fuck is being talked about. All right, let's see if we can get him back on.
I'm back here now.
Audio is back, but we can see the set. That's strange. There you are.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can fix that.
What is up, Dean? I still got to watch the rest of your breakdown of the old Mike Gilster. But I hope you're doing well, brother. And we're going to get this trio back together eventually, too. Oh, and somebody asked earlier, yes, we are still planning on doing more Synergist games or The Price is Wrong, bitch. That is still in the works. And it'll come. But there's just been so much craziness lately. Oh, man.
I can't get the thing to do to change the background now. Just try
Well,
that.
You sound good.
No, I can't do it. You're just gonna have to see the background. So, well, as I was saying, I think that this layer exists, whatever is being referred to as the fog, because I think that there are a great deal of programs which are operating there autonomously and are essentially, in many cases, able to fund, in a way, their own operations with cryptocurrency and smart contracts that can just be built in.
I'll go naked with you.
And automated.
Do you feel more secure if I go naked with you?
Oh my, what is going on?
Are we naked and unafraid now? Can you hear me?
I can't. No, can you hear me? What's
yeah,
going
you
on?
sound great, man.
I got to reconnect or something. Hang on. Let me reconnect one more time.
All right. Well, here I am in my room, guys. I got my Bibles up here that I don't read enough, but we'll get them back on. We're almost going to finish up the show. We're going to try to keep naked and gay. Ooh. Oh, look at that. We don't have to be naked. Yay.
Sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
Is my mic okay now? Yes, I'm good now. So
your
weird.
mic is good, and if you can hear me, then yay.
Yep, we're good.
That deserves a... All right. Let's... Ricka. Risker Biscuit record remix back to the Primark, whatever that shit was you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if the Primark system exists, but I do think that the...
Yeah, you were saying that.
I think that the fog layer definitely exists. And it's pretty scary to me because having some giant quantity of autonomous code that is just propagating itself indefinitely and no one can interact with it except for maybe military levels or whatever. The thing...
Right, I don't understand the purpose of these levels. Like, I don't understand. Right. What do they exist for?
Well, I guess you would say that they're...
Theoretically.
They exist for obscurity sake, right?
Do people communicate like military could communicate using that or what?
Well, you can have information that is deployed, but that can be accessed with, the correct if you have a known procedure and you have all of the data and the locations, the address, encryption, et cetera, and you know how to connect and access that data, then you can do so obscurely. But the issue that I have with it is that, well, there are a couple issues. I mean, if that layer exists, if there is a Primark system layer, or if that fog layer includes military encryption stuff that exceeds commercial level encryptions, then the assertions of the Primark system level of complexity, meaning a layer that is beyond military intelligence. Should I move like that? A layer that is beyond military intelligence capability to even do any data acquisition in terms of what's going on there. Then the entirety of the cryptocurrency market is effectively a fraud. And I mean, I think that's probably the case. I mean, if you're talking about military intelligence having encryption that exceeds anything that anyone is aware of, then you also are conceding that the encryption that Bitcoin runs on and Ethereum and all of these cryptocurrencies are compromised at a certain level, such that the entire foundational predicate for Bitcoin being any type of a currency, which is that it is secure at the very least, and that's basically all, it's certainly not private, it is secure is a farce. It can't be the case. So these are like the Primark system and the secure Bitcoin economy are mutually exclusive. So if one exists, then the other one is a farce. If Bitcoin is secure, then there is no Primark system, right? And these, like, I think I've seen cases where people who are Bitcoin fanboys are also, tinfoiling about the Primark system and the fog layer and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, these two things can't exist in the same place at the same time. And at least you still believe that, Bitcoin can be secure. It's not, if that's the case.
So if there's a Primark system, then you can't have like a safe Bitcoin. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if there exists in operation a system that utilizes encryption that's so far advanced that even military intelligence cannot overwhelm it, then that existence negates the complexity of Bitcoin's encryption algorithm to the point that it's obsolete and that it's not anything that you could characterize as secure. Ergo, all of the money that is in the cryptocurrency market would be distributed at the will of whomever possesses that higher tier of encryption technology. Because encryption technology is decryption technology.
Man, well, this goes to a level that I hope you nerds out there enjoy. Not my flavor of fog, but I think that those layers do exist, and that's where the demons work. That's where Satan works. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for cryptocurrency in spite of the fact that I was pleased when I saw that Rumble created the crypto tipping option, because that's the only way that I'll ever receive anything. I would be interested to see what happens. I'm sure they probably take a big chunk. It's an interesting...
Right. Well, I think they were saying they don't hardly take a chunk because they want people to use it. But we're not advocating for crypto here yet. It's the only way that Biscuits can... it's like the only thing that...
Well, I'm not saying anybody should tip me any crypto. I'm just saying Federal Reserve notes are basically off limits for me. So,
right? Isn't that crazy? Fucking, if you know Biscuit's story, then you'd understand. It's like he has to work with, we don't need to get into it, but the whole crypto thing, the fog going into this Primark area of the internet and some of those kind of things. When we have some of the discussions about ancient AI and whatnot, I kind of start to think about that. I start to think that's where like this higher artificial intelligence meshed with spiritual demonic forces works.
There was a period of time where on Google Maps over Antarctica, this must have been in like 2010 or something like that, there was a place in Antarctica that was listed as a location on Google Maps called the Temple of the One. And I clicked, it was literally 2010 or 11 or something. It was a long time ago. And I was like, wow, that's weird, and I clicked on it and just didn't really think much of it at the time. And now when I think back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have archived all of that, because Antarctica or any place that's frozen solid is like the best place to put these giant data centers, I mean, most of the energy that's consumed in the operation of a data center is consumed in the dissipation of heat that's generated by all the processing that's occurring.
Which might be another reason why Trump's going after Greenland.
Yeah, well, I think that I've read elsewhere and I've seen other indications that there are in Antarctica, there are places that are essentially under ice or underground, whatever you want to call it, data centers that are performing extremely energy dependent operations and utilizing the fact that they're surrounded by glaciers to mitigate the energy costs of cooling.
Right, because it uses a lot of water otherwise. I mean, it probably
Well,
still
yeah,
does
and
in
you have
that
to,
case,
yeah, you
but-
have to move that water around and dissipate the heat.
Yes. But yes, welcome. And yes, I use Biscuits. See, he offers me a layer of cover because
Right.
he's less suspicious, if you will.
I'm so
And
anti-CIA. It's like absolute
right.
value.
So apparently, if you listen to Mike Gill, I am CIA. Biscuits is one of my cover ops, where it makes me seem like I'm not CIA.
Right. Well, you're just handling me, or people have accused me of being your handler too, though.
Oh, dude, man. It gets crazy. Like I mean, I don't know. I've seen a little bit of it suggesting, I mean, some of it comes from just bullshit or whatever, but like I ruin the synergist movement. I'm handling Sabrina Wallace. I'm doing this. Sabrina's handling me. You're my handler. Somebody came at me hard and was saying like, I can't believe you don't see it when you first came on my show. They're saying he is handling you, blah blah blah. So right. Everybody wants Biscuits to be their handler. Let's just admit it. Let's just create a network where Biscuits handles everybody and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would be a very unassuming and unimposing handler, like just do whatever you want, really. I don't give a shit. I don't have anything going on. So like,
right.
Whatever.
Pedophiles gets the rope. That's the mantra.
Yeah.
All right, guys, the season of the Gong pilot episode. This will be the final spin of the wheel. Let's see what we get.
Fearless handler.
Soup.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like freeze tag. That's it. You're handled.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
You're from this point forward. You're all handled. Everybody here is fully handled. I don't even remember what this one is. Oh,
ODD, baby.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Acronym for odd. Over D.
Somebody's got to know. I'll tell you what.
What is that? What is the acronym ODD? Yes,
it's a lot of people in this chat.
tag.
A lot of people in this chat would get classified as ODD if they got ran through certain systems, including myself. For sure.
What was that rap song?
That's ODD.
Down with the
OPP.
Yeah, OPP. Yeah, you know me. Down with the OPP.
I knew Sabrina would get it. Sabrina got it. Oppositional defiant disorder. If you read the DSM description of oppositional defiant disorder, you'll see that it says that, first of all, it says that they're not the type of people to hurt animals or lash out and hurt people that are uninvolved, et cetera, et cetera. So people with oppositional defiant disorder they're not violent, they're not evil, they're not psychopath. But they do basically tell everyone in authority, fuck off, you're retarded, even if at their own expense, even if it costs, them. And so if you read the description of, which we could, I guess, look it up and read it, but the point is the description of someone who has operational or oppositional defiant disorder. It's basically a person who never takes it too far, but also just points out that basically everybody in an authority position is corrupted or compromised or incompetent. If you're willing to do any of those three things, you're odd. You have ODD. And if you get too odd, too carried away, then they will legally diagnose you with this disorder and then treat it, with some drug that's manufactured by some pharma company or whatever.
I would say in the last year, I've started to develop a harsher case of ODD.
Yeah, you're odd. We're all odd here, man. I'm saying pretty much anybody in this chat is odd. We're odd.
You down with ODD? Yeah, you know me. You down with ODD? Yeah, you know me.
Basically, they took being pissed off at how bullshit everything is and made it into a mental illness.
Yeah,
so,
they have. I got my BS in psychology. I just called it a bunch of BS. And it was interesting, but I wanted to know what was wrong with me. But the DSMV might even have another acronym on there by this point. The
you're just odd.
for Yeah, man. But I think the ODD, yeah, you know me. Everybody here, I think we're getting to that point where we're just sick of the people in charge. And
That's what I'm saying, man. I think everybody that's odd in this country is probably just a patriot that has been ground down for so long that that it makes them odd. It makes them ODD.
Right. Man, dude. That's some good shit. People got to see an example. So for some of the letters, I don't remember what they are. For those that have ever donated before, start maybe in the comment section, throw in some ideas in there. I'll see if I can.
Well, yeah, just put up a chat or something on Substack or a post on Substack, and if you're already a member,
yes,
put a hashtag, whatever, and we'll just start compiling these things into a spreadsheet as we get them, and we'll repopulate as they get used and go from there.
Right. And so for one thing that you could do here is look at whatever letters we got through and then pick like what we did there, whether it's an acronym. I mean, if you want to put like, if it worked out, we were talking about it before the show, like a scripture verse or something like that, a biblical verse like Chronicles or Corinthians or, you know, whatever, Revelation. If you wanted to throw a letter like in there like that, perfect. Or
also like this, I'm going to share a screen real quick just so everybody can see. You can also do this if you have some phrase that you want to see. As you can see, this one says, pedophiles get the rope. And so we could just populate a phrase here on the wheel, and then each one of the letters would be an item. I like using a phrase on the wheel because it also diminishes the inclusion of rare letters like X, Y, and Z and Q from being overrepresented. I don't like representation in anything, you know, whether it's in the media with all the Baphomet worshiping and whatever else you might see, or in the government with all the people that wear tiny hats and have dual citizenship with certain countries or whatever. Overrepresentation is not a good thing. So you could do a phrase, you could do a word, you can send a video, whatever you want to see us talk about. And you can support the show like that. If you're a federal agent, you can try to compromise the show like that. Good luck, but it will it will cost. So that's the
that might be one to add to the deal. But yes, this is what Biscuits has put together. I think it's a fun way for people to get involved. There's already people supporting me on both Substack and YouTube, and then some people just give like a one donation thing. I appreciate you all, and I want to be able to give you the opportunity first to do this. Now, if you've given I don't know what amount. I don't want to throw a specific amount, but if you want to like have the full phrase, like pedophiles get the rope, like you're gonna have to like donate a substantial, like $50 or something like that, at least to have the discussion. Maybe $100 or something like that to have full control of the wheel.
The current value in exchange of the Federal Reserve note is a mystery to me. So I don't know. I don't know what it's worth, but I'm just saying I think at least because we'll have to come up with, there's some work to it. I mean, if you give us a phrase, then we got to put words to all those letters.
Right. So it would be a cool way. Like some people just love to give, and I really have.
I mean, it could be like happy birthday, Johnny. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have to be
whatever you want it to say.
It doesn't have to be rage-filled. It can be pleasant.
Built Biscuits and Allison forever, or
Sure, that's true. Yeah. I mean, there are some limitations, I guess, with what we could put on there, but you guys get the idea. It's just trying to expand the opportunities to kind of communicate and discuss things and give people the opportunity to participate.
I love it. This is one of my favorites. You know it is. As we come to a close here, this was the pilot episode. I hope that we gave you guys an idea of what this season's going to be all about. Digital Dojo Productions, the season of the Gong. We'll have a little bit of fun with Allison and some of that stuff, but these new wheels, the Alphabet Soup Wheel, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then we laid it out, kind of how it's going to work. We're going to try to keep these, we went 2 hours. We're going to try to keep them a little bit shorter for you all and just have high impact experience here, and we appreciate you all. Biscuits, what do you got to say?
Well, I was
Welcome
excited
back.
to be back. Sorry about the microphone
Yes.
troubles. I don't know. We'll try to get it sorted out. But
We'll get it figured
it's
out.
fun to be back. Great to see everybody again. Thank you all. See you next time.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the Biscuits. We're going to get back into the flow of things. This will be every other week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Eastern. You know the drill now. Love you all. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Perfect.